morning and welcome to the Opie and Anthony program on XM Satellite Radio.
That was a year ago? Obviously.
That we played that clip for the first time?
Wow. That went quickly.
Yeah, that guy
Are they doing
up.
2 of those a year now, Martin Luther King? Is that important? Because that seems like half a year ago. All right.
Guy fucked up and he was out the door pretty much that afternoon.
He have a new job, or is that it for him? Jimmy the Greek and his ass right to the grave.
I have no idea what happened to that guy.
Poor guy. Poor guy. How do you go for that next job?
What was your your last employer?
I was at W blah 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 News. I was the weatherman over there.
Okay, a reason for leaving that job?
A little problem on air. What was that? I said Martin Luther Coon on Martin Luther King Day. All right, well, we'll call you.
And they never. Why don't these motherfuckers ever fuck up white people's names? See, this is why I'm here today. Just to make sure white people behave themselves on Martin Luther King's birthday.
We have to behave ourselves.
No one ever says, "Hey, today's George Washington faggot's birthday today." Why are they always frauding and slipping with niggas? I don't understand it.
They give him crap about the wooden teeth, I think, is that thing. And, well, President's Day, right? Isn't that today? Coming up soon or something?
I don't know.
Like they want to lump it all into one thing. But Lincoln's getting a little abuse on the History Channel.
I gotta watch this. See, look, what is the correlation between Lincoln and him getting a bad rap? He helped niggas out. Now they gotta expose him for the
nut case.
He was a schizophrenic.
He's a fucking nut.
They're like, he was waging 2 wars, one on the battlefield, one in his head.
I know one in his head was helping those niggas be freed.
On the morning.
What a mistake.
On that dreadful morning in 1964, he woke up and said, "I freed the what?"
Lord, I'm glad he was crazy. Woo! I still be picking cotton. If that white man wasn't crazy.
Of course he was crazy. Look what he did.
Look what he did. He freed the slaves.
Freed the slaves. Right at the peak of the slaves. Right when we needed them the most.
Do you see why we don't like white people? Do you see? Let Lincoln be.
How long has he been dead?
How come you can't talk about George Washington used to fuck rabbits or something? Give us that first.
Never did anything bad.
Do it. You know what you should do to make it not fucked up? Just all the presidents. How many was it? 60 or some shit? I don't know.
It's been a few.
It's been a
40-something.
40-something?
Yeah, 40-something.
Just do like a succession of specials of how fucked up they all were.
Every single one of them.
And just get, and the 16th week is Lincoln. You know what I mean? Just talk about Quincy Adams, but don't just say Lincoln was a crazy motherfucker. He freed the slaves. Do something else. Somebody else. Just for a second.
Do you know that absolutely was not a noble thing that he did? Like, it wasn't out of nobility. I've seen so much on this and read so much. It was absolutely the fact that it crippled the South. It crippled the South during a war against the South. And Lincoln decided that was a good war strategy. If there was no fucking war, do you think this asshole would have come out and said, free the slaves?
Can you do me? Look, if you looked at it like that, it's like when you study Hitler, not to have my life destroyed.
I have done a little dabbling in the study of Hitler.
It's like you could say in his mind.
Right.
It was a business decision. It wasn't personal. It was like the Holocaust was so that his soldiers wouldn't go crazy just shooting people in the streets. It was a helping them out.
At the beginning, it was all about getting Germany back in every facet, in business, militarily building them back, building up their spirit after being defeated in World War I and having to give up everything. This was their way. They needed a common enemy. They needed someone to blame.
Right.
They put that blame on the people that were successful in Germany at the time, the Jews.
Right.
Who were making the money.
But you can't. Like, imagine, okay, if we, out of context, right? Like, say somebody takes clips for this little rant you're doing about Hitler.
Like that has never happened.
Oh,
believe me, they got 800 other ones of me talking
Mr.
about
Cumia
Hitler.
has a little mustache now to commemorate Hitler's hard work.
Why isn't his birthday celebrated?
He's a great man.
Jeez, you know, is a man in history. I'm not saying he was a good man, but he was a man that was there in history.
And he heard voices like that nigger-loving Lincoln. Motherfuckers are so wrong, man. You guys are so wrong. White people are so wrong when they do stuff like this.
I am so right, Patrice.
Listen,
I am the only one looking through realistic eyes at the whole picture.
So what if Lincoln?
Lincoln freed the slaves because it was a great thing to do to fuck the South.
But it's like,
it's all about defeating the
South is trying to build and feed an army based on people going, all right, I'll get you that sugar, whatever you need, boss. All of a sudden, there's none of them motherfuckers running around. Now, a good fighting man has to now provide for a family and worry about his fields and everything.
There's a saying called impact versus intention, right? The impact of it was greater than the intention.
He didn't know at the time.
His intention wasn't shit, but he actually did the biggest humanitarian move in the history of the world.
With ulterior motives.
Other than Moses.
The nobility of it was buried 10 layers down under his ulterior motives.
Who cares? That's like if you come and you go, you know, sweetie, you know, you came by pulling my left ball, and I really, the intention was me not to come, but it's like we came.
It was a noble.
Who cares if it was noble?
But the end result was noble.
You just said, well, let me get this correct, because we don't want to get nobody in no goofy trouble. That you could explain. And I only learned about World War II correctly when I go to England. That's the only time I ever learned about World War II. Meaning, because it's a non-American viewpoint. You know what I mean? So Hitler, if you let somebody tell you, his mind, it was a noble. The reason that they had the Holocaust itself is because in the beginning, he used to just have his soldiers shoot people in the streets, and they would come back crazy, like, I can't do this. So they said, we need a better way to help our soldiers.
More efficient way.
And here's the fucking Holocaust.
Right.
So it's like, you can make a case that he was a decent motherfucker.
Well, that's a little hard. That is a rough one.
Because it's Hitler. But you don't make a case that Lincoln was cuckoo because he freed the slaves. Can you not do
I'm not saying that. I never said that. I said that he might have been cuckoo, but the cuckoo part of it was a brilliant wartime strategy. Free the people that are working for nothing for the enemy. It's brilliant.
Now, I'm not
to take their workforce away.
I'm not going to say slavery wouldn't have been over if the cotton gin didn't. I mean, the cotton gin effectively would end slavery at some point, I think.
That racist machine.
That stupid motherfucker. That stupid machine.
Oh, and of course they got to put the word gin in the motherfucker. Oh, know how you like the gin and juice.
The cotton crack.
Well, happy Martin Luther King Day.
Thank you.
Regardless of how the goddamn
Patrice O'Neill helping us out today, yes.
I'm just here to make sure white people just
keep us in check.
Yeah, just don't abuse the man.
You know something, Patrice? I appreciate it, because sometimes you're right. I do get out there a little bit, and I need to be reeled back.
That crazy Lincoln.
That man was crazy.
Even though, I ain't gonna lie to you, I will expose something about the black community. We are not jerking off Lincoln. We really don't. Because black people really are into context. Yeah. And the fact is that it wasn't like, oh, we should free these people. Black people know that. But it is Lincoln, but we're not on that shit where it's like,
no, you're not.
He's our savior. He's our Moses and shit. We're not on that. So, I mean, I'm fucking around, but, you know.
They had to do a little defending of Martin Luther King yesterday. I saw that going out on CNN.
Plagiarism or something like that. Cheated on his wife a little bit.
Yeah, every year. And it seems another book comes out that points out his humanity. You know?
Well, Jesus was supposed to be, messing with hoes.
You know what it was? He's too recent, Martin Luther King. There's too much easily accessible info. Jesus, you can't go into the FBI fucking CIA files and go, what was this Christ? Get me Christ's file. Let's see what that fucker was up to. He was fucking healing lepers.
What's
and
the FBI guy? The notorious motherfucker FBI.
Hoover?
J. Edgar Hoover.
J. Edgar Hoover.
He probably had the Jesus file.
Give me the Jesus file. I want to take a look at this curing the lepers and turning that fucking water into wine shit. I don't believe it. But MLK, there's a shitload of stuff on him. They were really looking at him.
Oh, they really was.
And there's accusations of a lot of womanizing, white womanizing, corruption, infighting with Jesse Jackson and other black leaders. So I think it just shows him as more of a human. Then I think a lot of people like to put him up in this saintly.
Well, this is all to make sure he doesn't get like Jesus status.
Doesn't get Jesus that we got to chip away now.
So we don't walk around with chains with like of him on a balcony laying down on the ground and shit. It's like, what's up, dog?
Like Christ on the cross.
Yeah, diamond Martin Luther King balcony.
A balcony.
That's just to make
fucking chain to make out what it is.
I need an iced out balcony, nigga. Just to,
You can walk around with the littlest, tiniest cross, and everyone will know you're fucking Christian or Catholic or something. But you need a big thing for the detail of that balcony, them cradling MLK's head. People pointing. James Earl Ray in the bushes.
This is a big ass. This is the iced out Martin Luther King murder scene,
You got a big fucking stage set on your chest.
Iced out murder scene. So that's just to make sure no one gets Jesus status anymore.
Yeah.
That's what that is. No one.
Yeah.
He's the closest, I think, other than unbelievably, there's this dude Martin Luther without the King,
right,
that I never even knew exist till 2000 when they did the top 200 people of the millennium or the last 2,000 years.
Yeah.
And they go number 3, Martin Luther. I'm like, wow, that's cool, but where's the King? They just left the King off. Fuck it. It's some white guy. I've never heard of Martin Luther until 2000.
Wasn't he like the Protestant guy?
He invented pro whatever. But it's like I think he's the closest since then to get that kind of status. But Martin Luther King, they're gonna make sure that he's not gonna get like Jesus status.
Now they got to keep undermining him a little bit.
They got to, because 1,000 years from now, it's like, oh wow, he really is. Black people's plight is really like the Jews in Moses' time during the slavery. And they don't want us to change that into that.
You ain't toting no fucking block up to the top of a pyramid.
Who gives a shit? They built the pyramids for half a week. It was half a week.
Yeah, you talk about some fucking...
We didn't tote no fucking...
You talk about some fucking slavery, my friend. That was slavery.
Let me... According to Charlton Heston's movie, from what I watched.
Right. Was that Ben-Hur or the Moses one?
It was the Moses one.
All right.
Now,
10 Commandments.
Edward G. Robinson.
Stop, Jew. See? Mother Jews. It's curtains for you, Jews. Curtains, see?
All they did...
Tote that box. Lift that belt.
Edward G. Robinson made him stomp the grass and water and mud.
Bricks without grass.
Yul Brynner
is a tough motherfucker.
Yul Brynner just made sure that Edward G. Robinson was doing shit right. Charlton, and then they just pushed. They pulled bricks. That wasn't.
That's all they did.
According to that movie, to me, that wasn't as bad as tote that bars, lift that bell.
But that
picking cotton all day in the sun.
On so much longer.
Maybe the Egyptian sun was a little hotter than South Carolina's sun, but that's about it.
And I defy you to find a house nigger back in those days either.
Yeah, no, you did.
There were like eunuchs or something.
They were house. What Egyptians,
house
my
Jews?
My friend,
yeah, my friend,
my friend,
you come in, please. my friend. Cook the pita bread, my friend.
That's where the origin of my friend came from. Was back in Egypt. My friend, no, please, my friend, don't.
My friend,
don't. And I just think that that's a good question. Who had the hardest slavery? Who had the hardest slavery? I would say, I don't know how long slavery went on for the pharaohs. It couldn't have took 400 years to build those pyramids.
I think they were enslaved for upwards of probably 1,000 years. I think it was a long-ass slavery that went on there to build those fucking
At least they had one job to do.
Just build ornamentary.
When you get this done, we'll let you go.
We need some pyramids. We need a sphinx. We need a fucking tribute to Ra over here. I need the sun god motherfucker built over here.
As soon as you guys complete, you go home.
Who was in charge of the nose on this motherfucker? It fell off.
You call that a nose?
You call that shit a nose? It fell right off.
Well, if we didn't have the straw for the bricks, Edward G. Robinson was very greedy with us. Now build bricks without straw. See? Muggsy, gotta make sure the slaves are working.
So happy MLK to everyone out there.
Yes.
Whatever.
In conclusion, happy
Opie. No whatevers.
Whatever.
This is enabling us to sit here today, Martin Luther King.
It's your day.
I
just can't wait for the day.
This show doesn't acknowledge MLK. That's why we're working today. That's why we're working.
Look at us working.
It's a company holiday. We're like, you know what? This is one holiday we refuse to take.
You should have did this right out of Arizona. Special Opie and Anthony live from Arizona.
Not only are we going to work on MLK Day, we're going to have Patrice O'Neal in to do the heavy lifting for us.
And I was here to make sure you behave yourself. These truckers don't call in and go, I was there when he overreacted. That nigga was faking it. He's alive. Him and Tupac and Elvis are relaxing.
Too good.
MLK. Yeah, happy MLK Day.
All right. Well, say that with love.
I do.
We did.
All right.
I appreciate
We're going to do like black rejoiners and stuff when we come back.
The guy actually during the probably some of the worst times in American history was able to unite black people, something that other people have not been able to do. They've tried to come to the table, and I just can't see it happen.
Marcus Garvey was close.
Yeah?
You know Marcus Garvey?
No.
No Marcus Garvey?
See? I have no idea.
You gotta stop. You white people gotta stop.
But if he was such a powerful uniting leader, the whitey would know about him because we'd be shooting him.
You know why they don't know about him? Because he actually had the plan that was going to save us. He created the Pan-African movement. He bought ships.
Was that Liberia?
No, Liberia was that was supposed to be our fucking Israel.
Because the send every African back to Africa plan, I think Whitey would have gotten behind that one.
It wasn't a back to Africa. It was stay in America and trade with only Africa. We have our own ships and trade with only Africa. When they realized by fucking 1800, they realized black money was the shit. We wanted to spend some money. They just realized we do that. Nigga Rich was some shit from, 1816. And we just bought shit, and they was not trying to have us go back to it. That's why Liberia failed.
From Africa, though, back then. The fucking rhino horn?
Fruit, I guess, motherfucker.
I am not buying my rhino horns here in America. Fuck you, I'm buying them in Africa.
Sugar, diamonds, a lot of rich shit over there.
You know something? We need that.
Yeah, Tyrone, go to the warehouse. We need 18 pallets of lip plates, and we need some neck rings. Yeah, only from Africa. I am not buying this shit from the white man. They will not see one penny of black dollar.
Oh, Anthony's just a dirty racist. Lip rings. This is what you still think of us. That's what's fucked up about you.
That's the shit they showed me on PBS when I was a kid.
Oh, thank you.
That's all they showed me. All I knew about Africa.
And the carrot sticks on the Johnson.
Was, the guys with the sticks on their dick that shot the fucking blowgun.
And the non-bungee cord jumping.
Right. The vine around the fucking ankle and jump off the tree guy.
Right then they left.
And you just, even as a kid, you're watching and going, what fucking savages. Why the hell aren't they building cars? I didn't understand. It was the way it was presented. Patrice, I apologize, but I was raised in a time that was very non-inclusive, especially on TV.
Dirty country.
I would see this guy, the guy with the stick on his dick, He wore the stick. They painted some red on him, and he had the blowgun. And he shot the monkey in the tree, and you'd see him go, and the monkey fell out of the tree, and he tied the monkey's tail around the head and carried it like a purse or something back to the camp. And I thought, how clever that he was able to fashion a little handle out of the dead monkey.
But how come it doesn't stand out in my mind? How come it doesn't stand out as much when you watch old? Like, now you got to go back to the year 1 to see a fucking African act like that. Now, just in the 1700s, 1600s, I never get this kind of viewpoint when I watch these crackers in England and walking around with the dirty hair. Man, y'all ain't good then.
White wigs,
rats and shit walking around. And
white powder with the girls putting the mole on their face.
Throwing shit out the window. hey, love.
Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead.
Bing, bing. Bing, bing.
You know something? You're right.
How come white people just they don't have a stigma for being the savages that they are? Why?
That is, you bring up a great point, and I have no fucking argument for it.
Why? I would be happy if they just give it.
We're seeing like 1800s footage of Africa, and that's the newest shit they could show us.
Yeah, it's the King Kong shit. Those niggas from King Kong. Look at them. Look at these worshiping a damn dirty monkey. Get your hands off me, you damn dirty nigga. That's what. White man in the future. White people have turned into gorillas, actual gorillas. We don't get a break.
And we show spaceships. I go to Discovery Channel and see what Whitey's doing.
Whitey's
it's building
flying.
Fucking spaceships and discovering shit and new inventions. And then it's like, here in deepest, darkest Africa, we have the bushman of the Kalahari wearing nothing but a loincloth, trying to feed his village.
Scared of lighters.
Yeah.
He's the god now. He's like, I have a lighter, you ignorant colors.
I traded this pair of sneakers for the entire village.
We was all just getting ready to stab him with a spear until he pulled out the click-clack shit. Click-clack, click. Until he pulled out the paddle with the ball that bounces back and
forth. Was there like a prioritized list of shit to pull out? Like, first the click-clack shit, I would think first. If they ain't buying the click-clack shit, you go for the mirror. Look at you.
This makes him think I've stolen his image and his soul.
Yes, he should go for the... I think fire's like last.
Then he touches his face.
Turns to the medicine man for approval. The medicine man nods. Everything's cool.
Really, Mr. Genius White Man? I didn't see that nigga face when I went down to the lake to get a drink. You fucking cocksuckers.
Yeah, there's always choppy water down at the lake.
There's a big black fish in the water. He wriggles the water and the face wiggles. Hey, ooga booga. You motherfuckers. Ooga booga. Ooga booga. We brought mirrors and it scared those old men. Dirty motherfucker.
Patrice, I gotta apologize. I am pretty much a victim. I'm a victim of what's out there.
Just apologize for once. Just say that you love us. That's all we want.
I love you, but I have no clue what you're about because I only watch shows that are so goddamn racist.
and now they're gonna take the one nigga love that was associated us with is real heavy and turn him into a nutcase.
Yeah. Honest babe.
Oh, I think the graphics was like a little cuckoo coming out of his head. I'm Lincoln. Cuckoo.
You know, they're probably going to tell everybody that no one wore hats like that back then. It was just him. Imagine how ridiculous you look if just you walked around with that fucking stovepipe hat. There's a little-known fact about Abe Lincoln. He was the only one wearing that fucking thing. He used to point and laugh.
They compare him to Hitler. Notice that? Hitler, the only one with that mustache? Yeah. Lincoln, the only one with that hat. Oh, there you go. Lincoln told John Wilkes Booth, just shoot me in the head, because I hate this ugly bitch sitting next to me. He committed assisted suicide. God bless that Wilkes Booth. Wonderful chap.
All right. Good man. We're going to take our first break.